Okay, so it is the next day, Sunday, July 12th, 2020. Hubs have been painted, and I also got the wheels all completed, got the emblems installed, all that stuff, but let me show you what I did with the hubs first. Just before I show you the hubs, I want to show you the paint that I used. This is the 3340-26 gloss black from Rust-Oleum I used. It's a paint and primer in one. As you can see here, these are only hubs, so I don't have to go too crazy. So now I'll show you the hubs. And here they are. Starting with the back one because it has the most light exposure. Camera will pick this one up the best. Don't worry, this is just flash rust. I decided to wash the car before I put the wheels on because I still want the paint to cure even longer. So I'm actually going to have this car sit in the garage a few more days. But at least wanted to get the wheels out from downstairs. I'll explain my whole debacle I had trying to paint the wheels. But here's the front hub. Looks a lot better. It's amazing what a little paint will do. And again, nothing crazy. Hit it with a gray Scotch pad just to knock all the loose stuff off. Make it just not so smooth, but still rough enough that the paint could bite onto it. And that's all I really did here for the hubs. Nothing too crazy. So here it is. Here's the finished product. This is what it looks like after it's been painted with Rust-Oleum Pure Gold. And again, looks like the camera's having a hard time focusing on the barcode. But it's Rust-Oleum part number 342506. And on a side note, yes, I am looking to sooner than later send this camera through the drywall. But anyhow, this is what it looks like. It's a bit darker because Rust-Oleum also has what they call vintage gold, which is a slightly lighter gold than this pure gold. But like Rust-Oleum's vintage gold, that gold was just going to be too light and look too much like a silver. You still kind of have this problem with this gold, but any other gold has too much bronze in it, and I don't like bronze because then it starts to look like brake dust. Now it looks like the wheel's coated with brake dust and the car's not taken care of. So this is just the right shade of gold. My one beef with Rust-Oleum is this spray nozzle is crap. Always spatters. The paint starts to run down it. Drips all over the paint job. And it was just a mess. Now what happened to me the first time around is I tried painting them in the garage, but I think it was just too hot and too humid. I tried doing clear coat because the base coat, which is this, came out fine. And this has a gloss in it. But I wanted to add some extra gloss and protection. The clear coat flash dried, made it all texturized, and started running too. So I had to redo it, and I couldn't get it sanded all that smooth, but I got it pretty damn good. And the few spots that there's imperfections, well, you'll have to get up close to really see it. This rim is the better of the bunch. The worst one is right now placed on the right rear of the car. So, all circumstances considered, I don't think this is too bad. The only way I was going to really get it smooth was if I had it sandblasted, but to do that, I would have to incur the cost of dismounting and then eventually remounting and balancing. Not doing that with these tires. The Kumo Solus is not the most terrible tire, but not good enough to put back on, or I'm certainly not going to put that tire back on if I had to take it off the rim, so that just wasn't an option. Not to mention that, given the amount of driving I do, I'll probably need new tires anyway at the end of the season, so I'll probably make my move then. And I'm already liking this color very much, so I'm probably going to have it powder coated a gold that's as close to this as I can possibly get it if I keep these rims. And that's the other thing I want to show you. Let me show you the rim that I want to use. Now that wheel I showed you, that is the 16-inch wheel used for the base Sonata for the 2020. And what I like about that design, it has that blade design, and the blades face the right direction for me too. Really has a bit of that 1990s look if you ask me. So that's the rim I'm trying to get, used in from a junkyard, obviously, because I'm going to change the color of it. Have that powder coated the gold that you see this rim. And what I'm going to do with this rim is that my brother's cilantro over there He right now just has 15s. He wants yellow rims to have like a bit of that bumblebee theme. But I thought, why not upgrade to 16s? The Cilantro does use 16s. Obviously not this design, but I looked at the two different rims. They're the same spec actually, so that's another plan I have. If I can get those rims at a fairly decent price, then I'm just going to give this rim you see here to my brother. Have it powder coated yellow. Wrap it around in a 205/55/16 because that's the 16-inch size that the SEL Elantras call for. Well, here it is outside. Here's a close-up of it. The other side, the sun's not beating on it to give you an idea of what it looks like there. You can see some of the imperfections, but again, you actually got to really get up close, notice it, and if the screen on my camera is anything to go by, I don't even think the camera's going to pick it up that well. So these are some of the runs I tried to sand out as best as I could. And I guess the other upside to not clear coating them is if I need to touch up, I can just touch up on the spot. Like, I don't know what the hell happened here just now. I guess I'll have to fix that the next time this wheel comes off. But that just makes the case why I'm going to do what I plan to do in the future. I'm not going to reiterate all of that. Here it is on the other side with the sun not beating on it. I do drive this car a lot, so for the reasons I already mentioned, I'm going to keep it in the garage. And maybe a couple more days. Keep it clean. Let the paint cure even more. You can really see where, I won't say I butchered it. And again, with the light reflecting on it, it just doesn't really show as much. So, yeah, I felt I could have done better, but look, I just don't exactly have the most ideal conditions for painting. So this is why I just do what I do. And the one thing I just wanted to mention earlier in the video, I still give props to Plasti Dip simply because it got me in the right direction, gave me an idea of what the car was going to look like, and I was able to painlessly just peel the paint off, literally peel it off, and it steered me in this direction. So I still give props to Plasti Dip. Yeah, washed and waxed the car. Hopefully you enjoyed, and again, if you got any questions or comments, feel free to do this on the comments area. Any input is greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed, and have a good weekend, or, well, what's left of it anyway.